In this class, we will discuss about question number fourth one, exercise 3.1, pair of linear equations in two variables. So observe, what is the question? Fourth one, in which we are having two linear equations in two variable. We want to check what? Pairs of linear equations. Pair of linear equation is consistent or inconsistent. This pair of linear equation in two variable is consistent or inconsistent. We want to check this one. Once we are getting consistent, then we will find the solution graphically. It means we will find the values of x and y. Clear? So how we will solve? We completed already 3 questions of this one. First, we will compare these equations from the general linear equations in two variables. What? These two equations are what? General linear equations in two variables. Clear? So first one is what? A1x plus b1y plus c1 equal to 0, and second one is what? A2x plus b2y plus c2 equal to 0. So these equations are in the form of general. So I am writing this one as equation number 1, 2x minus 2y minus 2 equal to 0, and putting equation number 1. And 4x minus 4y minus 5 equal to 0, putting as a equation number 2. Now these two equations we will compare from these equations. Then we will find a1, b1 and c1 for the equation number 1. Once we compare this equation from this one, then what will be the value of a1? A1 is what? Coefficient of x. So a1 in which will be what? Coefficient of x is 2. Clear? In which b1 is what? Coefficient of y, and there is what? Minus 2, and c1 is what? Constant term, minus 2. Clear? Now what about the a2, b2 and c2? We will compare this second equation from this one. Then a2 is the coefficient of x, and this one is what? 4. b2 is the coefficient of y, and this is what? Minus 4. And next one, c2 is what? c2, this is the a1, this is the b1, this is the c1. a2 is this one, b2 is this one, and last c2 will be what? Coefficient of this one, minus 5. We obtained the coefficients a1, b1, c1, a2, b2, c2. Now we will find ratios a1 upon a2, b1 upon b2 and c1 upon c2. What about the a1 upon a2? a1 upon a2 is what? 2 upon 4, and this can be written as what? 1 time 2 time, and this is equal to what? 1 by 2. Clear? Now b1 upon b2. What about this one? b1 is what? Minus 2, and b2 is what? Minus 4. So this can be written as minus 2 upon minus 4. Minus will be plus 1 time, and this will be what? 2 time. We are getting what? What is this one? This is the minus 2. Clear? Minus will be cancelled, and we are getting how many times it is going? 1 time. 1 time and 2 times. What is the remaining? 1 by 2. And last, c1 upon c2. c1 upon c2 is what? Minus 2 upon minus 5. Minus will be cancelled. Then we are getting 2 upon 5. So we obtained the ratios. So what we are getting? a1 upon a2 equal to b1 upon b2. 1 upon 2 equal to 1 upon 2, but not equal to what? 2 upon 5. So what we can say? a1 upon a2 equal to b1 upon b2, but not equal to c1 upon c2, and this is what? This is the condition of parallel line. Once we are getting this one, if a1 upon a2 is not equal to b1 upon b2, that is what? Intersecting line. If all ratios a1 upon a2 equal to b1 upon b2 equal to c1 upon c2, that is what? Coincident line. And third one is what? a1 upon a2 equal to b1 upon b2 but not equal to c1 upon c2, that is what? Parallel line. We are getting what? Parallel lines. And parallel lines are what? Inconsistent. Inconsistent. So, from the observation, once we find the ratios A1 upon A2, B1 upon B2, C1 upon C2, we are getting A1 upon A2 is equal to B1 upon B2 but not equal to C1 upon C2, and this is what? This is what? We are getting parallel lines, and parallel lines are what? Inconsistent. They never intersect each other. Clear? Once we are getting inconsistent, then we will not find the solution of these equations. Only we will find the solution of these equations once we are having consistent system. Pair of linear equation is what? Consistent. But that time we are having pair of linear equation is what? Inconsistent. It means we are having no solution. So answer is what? No solution. We will not solve these equation. Clear? Why? Because we will solve only when we are getting consistent system. So observe again what we are doing. We completed all questions 4 based on consistent or inconsistent. Simple. First we will compare linear equations in two variables from the general equations. Find the A1, B1, C1, A2, B2, C2. Then find ratios A1 upon A2, B1 upon B2 and C1 upon C2. Once A1 upon A2 is not equal to B1 upon B2, then we are getting what? Intersecting line, and intersecting lines are what? Consistent. And that time we can find the solution graphically. Clear? Once we are getting A1 upon A2 equal to B1 upon B2 equal to C1 upon C2, that time we are getting coincident line, and that system is also what? Consistent. But only this condition, A1 upon A2 is equal to B1 upon B2 but not equal to C1 upon C2, that time we are getting parallel lines. These equations are what? Parallel lines, and they never intersect each other. It means we cannot find what? So solutions. So these equations are having no solution. Clear? So this is the solution of this question. I hope you understand this question. That's all about this question. Thank you so much.